Rob here at etrailer.com, and today you're going to be taking a look at the Roadmaster 7-wire to 6-wire Flexo-Coil wiring kit. Now our Flexo-Coil wiring kit is going to allow us to hook our motorhome to our Canyon, so when we're flat towing it, the towed vehicle wiring has a connection point and it sends those signals. But for a full flat tow setup, you are going to need a base plate. The base plate is going to attach directly to the frame of your Canyon, so you have a nice solid connection point for the tow bar. Now the tow bar is going to be the second component, and that's going to attach to the base plate as well as your motorhome, so we can actually pull it down the road. Then we're going to have our safety cables, which is going to be a secondary safety device in case something were to happen to the tow bar. Just like a trailer, this will prevent our Canyon from rolling down the road. Then we're going to have a braking system, which is going to allow the Canyon to slow itself down and stop itself rather than fully relying on the motorhome, putting all that extra strain and stress on the brakes because of the added weight. And then we're going to have our towed vehicle wiring, which is going to take the signal from our motorhome and transfer it to our Canyon. So when we're going down the road, our turn signals are going to match, brake signals, and even our taillights, so that when we're driving down the road, everyone around us knows what's going on and we can all be safe. But a lot of towed vehicle wiring doesn't come with everything you need. We aren't going to get the plug to put on the front of our Canyon, and we're not going to get the cord to plug in and hook up to our motorhome. But that's where the Flexo kit is going to come in. It's going to give us the 6-way to mount on the front of our Canyon, as well as the cord to transfer all those signals. The coiled section of our cable is going to make sure that all that slack's taken up and it's not dragging the ground, but at the same time it's extremely stretchable, and it'll stretch all the way up to 8 feet. Both plugs are going to be silicone injected, so they're going to stand up to the elements, and we're not going to have to worry about moisture or corrosion buildup on the inside. Now the outer coating on our cable is going to be resistant to most automotive chemicals, so we're not going to have to worry about salt, gasoline, or even oil on it, so we can rest assured that our cable is going to last us a long time. Now the kit's also going to come with a 6-way round plug that we can mount on the front of our Canyon so it can accept the cord. It's going to have a spring-loaded door, so it's going to keep all that moisture, debris, and dirt out whenever we're not using it. Now one thing I do want to mention about our wiring is that our Roadmaster cord is wired up a certain way. There's 2 different standards, but the center pin on our cord on the 6-way end is going to be our 12-volt power source. So if you're using that circuit or you need a 12-volt power source on your Canyon, you want to make sure you wire it up so it's the center pin. On our 6-way here, if we start at the very top, it's going to be marked TM. That's your trailer marker light, and that's going to be the brown wire that's on our 4-pole. If we move over to the side, we'll have a GD for ground, which is our white wire. Then down at the bottom, we're going to have LT for left turn, which is our yellow wire. Next to that, we'll have RT for right turn, which is our green wire. And then we're going to have 2 more left over. Now, typically, the one next to our green wire over here on the side is going to be S. That's going to be for your electric brakes. And then the pin in the center is going to be your auxiliary 12-volt power source. So if you are using either of those 2, you want to double check the cord and make sure you have this wired up correctly, because those 2 can be switched. But we'll just go through with a very small Phillips screwdriver, loosen up the set screws, put our wires in, and tighten them up. And when you're loosening these screws, you don't want to take them all the way out because they're extremely easy to lose or drop. So you just want to loosen it up enough to where you can slide the wire in. Make sure you get all the strands of wire inside the terminal so we don't have to worry about it crossing over and arcing onto another one. Slide it into the terminal, and I like to leave just a little bit of copper sticking out of the top. That way I know I got all wire in there and there's no insulation that's going to cause any problems. And we just tighten up the set screw, make sure it's secure, and just start working our way around until we have all of our wires connected. And with all the wires connected, I'm going to slide the boot back on, make sure it covers everything up. Then I'm going to come back with a little bit of dielectric grease. I'm actually going to come from the back and backfill it. And hopefully that'll prevent any kind of rust, corrosion, or moisture from getting inside the connector and causing connection issues. I'll just fill the boot up. I'm going to grab some tape. I'm going to wrap the whole connector and boot in some electrical tape. That'll help hold it secure and also help protect any water or debris from getting inside. I like to put a little bit of tape going up the wire, so hopefully we can hide those bright colored wires on the front of our truck a little better. And finally we can mount our electrical plug to the front. Again, ours has a base plate, so we're just going to go straight into that. But you do want to make sure that it's nice and secure. Oh, you know, it's not moving around when we're driving down the road. But that'll finish up your look at the Roadmaster 7-wire to 6-wire Flexo-Coiled wiring kit on our 2019 GMC Canyon.